Hello again. This is Aixia, and follow up to video 1. This is part 2, video 2. So just want to kind of like piggyback and jump off some things from the first video. The first thing I kind of want to address is I had a couple people reach out to me asking for contact information. I think I said in my last video, email me. At this time, I'm not looking to do any one-on-one contacting, consulting, anything like that. So please forgive me for that misleading comment, or what I said about emailing me. What I will say is leave your comments below the videos. I will read them, and based off, and I will, when I make another video, address questions, and answer questions for you. I want my goal to make it for doing this is to be educational, and to be able to help and be educational, to individuals looking to get into the adult family business world, amongst other things. So again, piggybacking off of video 1, do your research. Again, do your research. Everything that you need to know about opening a Wisconsin adult family home will be on the DHS website. And the checklist, everything is on there. I will take another video another time to kind of go over it. It can be a little bit overwhelming. Sometimes not as user friendly and easy for people to navigate. But I will kind of go over some things that I feel like are very important, especially being new into the business. With doing the research, is definitely, I had did a lot of YouTube researching. I did a lot of reading and researching, contacting the DHS and quality department, contacting the management organizations and getting whatever answers to my questions I needed. Again, I was also grateful to be able to know and meet some people with networking in the adult family home business, and having individuals that were kind enough to help me along the way, and just being in the network and doing some of the footwork. I would definitely say learn your business that you're going to get into, the adult family home. So the Chapter 88, Chapter 50, Chapter 12, those state laws for the adult family home. Read them. On the computer, they look very daunting. They look like you will be reading forever. I would say print them off. They're not that many. Take the time to go over them, read them, highlight some of the things that are important. If you have questions, again, you can always reach out to the DHS. They have phone numbers on there. Some of them they may not answer for you. Leave a voicemail. They will eventually contact you back. Sometimes I've had to call them multiple times for them to return my phone calls. But I will have eventually had somebody to give me a call back and answer my questions and help me out. So those are all ways for you to put in the footwork to learn your business. Get some cheap business cards, some cheap flyers, some cheap brochures. Don't overdo it. You're already going to be spending a whole bunch of money just getting things up and running. So, you want to go to, these different places, in like hospitals and rehabs and stuff, and let them know like, hey, I have an adult family home. Get to meet some different case managers, social workers, and get your name out there. Get to talking to people. Start building relationships with people. Again, WALA is a very good program for people, adult family homeowners. And again, they are very resourceful. They have a lot of information. You can also contact them to get questions answered. They also to have classes and things. I believe, excuse me, some of them do cost. Take advantage of at least what's all free out there for you. And then sometimes just being honest, a lot of it's just gonna come with making mistakes, bumping your head, fixing, and doing what needs to be done. And just trials and tribulations and learning, getting your hands dirty, is how you're gonna learn best. We definitely want to always try to avoid making mistakes, but sometimes the only way for you to learn is by making some mistakes. But you definitely want to try not to make any detrimental mistakes. But you're going to make some mistakes. So don't beat yourself up. Having funding. Definitely have funding. They say, the state of Wisconsin say you have to show 60 days of funding. However, that money that you might show, I had maybe 60 days of funding, but I didn't think it was going to take me almost a year to just get a client. And the state, they're like, oh, we're backed up, or oh, we only have so many people, or oh, it takes time. It's gonna take time for them to approve you, to get your license. It's gonna take time for you to go through the processing to get your contract, filling out the paperwork, having them look it over to approve it. You going through credentialing. Credentialing is like a whole nother process where they're going over the paperwork and approving things, and then you're negotiating a base rate. So, and then the time when you're getting referrals, if you're getting referrals, the time you have to go meet and assess the person, and once you finally, get the paperwork to get them in, sometimes, and these case managers, these case workers, they will try to give you anything, especially if you're new, you're just trying to get in there, especially if they're just trying to get somebody off of their case or whatever, off their radar. They will just get them in there like, oh, I'll just give it to you respite. We'll try to find them somewhere else. But yeah, respite is 28 days. You're thinking, okay, this person will be here 28 days. What if they don't find somebody to take this person in 28 days? And what if you don't end up liking this person? You don't think this person's a good fit for your home. Now, you're stuck with this person till they find somebody at home that wants to take this person. So, it's just all things to consider and things to learn in the business. One of the things people ask, do I need a nurse to start off? You don't need a nurse to start off. The time where I feel like you will start needing a nurse is if you do begin to negotiate rates. Say for instance, you're not a nurse, and you're getting into the business, and if you're negotiating a special rate for a person based off of safety and other medical health issues that this person have, it's good to have somebody that knows about documentation, knows about different health issues, and how it all affects care, to be able to talk to these people, to be able to negotiate rates and their needs for their cares. So I think at that time, yeah. And then if you end up choosing a resident that you want in your home and they end up needing skilled nursing care, then you will need a skilled nurse at that time. You can contract and hire them. I think they can have up to 7 hours a week. of skilled nursing care in the adult family home that you may have to contract a registered nurse for. Second, the next big thing, when do you get paid? When they say up to 30 to 60 days, it can be 30 to 60 days before you get your first check. Maybe first 2 checks. I think the first 2 checks came pretty slow. It took some time for whatever reason. So you are taking care of that person for free, pretty much. It's coming out of your pocket. The checks after that, once we finally start getting reimbursed, came much quicker, like days after submitting a claim for reimbursement for caring for the resident. So definitely you're going to need money, a year's worth of money, in my opinion, to have fluid and that you can be able to spend, because you're going to need it. You're going to need it to things start normalizing out once and running for you. Last thing I want to address before my time runs out is behavioral clients. So that's the next big thing. And I hear a lot of people, oh, I'm going to get these behavioral clients. I'm going to get these behavioral clients and make all this money. Okay, yeah, you could get behavioral clients. I've heard people getting anywhere between $500 to $1,300-$1,500 plus a day for a rate for a person. But then those people require in-site care, like direct care for so many people. So a lot of that money is going to paying staff. So if you have somebody and you negotiated, okay, yeah, I'm getting $1,500 a day for this person, but I got to have 3 people on this person 24 hours. So that's 3 salaries you need to be paying 24 hours. And that means all 3 of those people are just for that one person. They can't go and be doing something else with somebody else. They can't. Because if you're saying this person's behaviors are that bad, you need 3 people. They are making sure they are assigning you for that you can have those 3 people for that one person. And they need to be on that person and in their site at all times. Because if anything happens, that's the first thing that they're going to want to know. Well, where was the staff at? And this and that and the third. They do also require a lot of documentation for those clients, those behavioral clients that they're going to be paying all that money for. So there's a lot of documentation. They want to know when they're sleeping. They want to know every bit of behavior. They want to know everything about that client. So it's a lot of work. You get a lot of money, but it's a lot of work. Just know you don't have, if you say that's what your home is going to be, just think like, where are you going to get all these people from to staff all of those shifts? You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't want to go to work now. And I hear a lot of crazy stories with people with adult family homes, having, not having staff, people quitting, or not showing up. It's just, it's very unreliable. So that's something to think about. Yeah, you can probably get someone where you're going to get paid all this money a day, but you have to be able to staff for that person, and be mindful of that. So if you're going to you say you want all these behavioral clients to get all this money, where are you going to get 3, 6, 9, 8 people to be in your house on these people at all times? I hope that made sense. So say, for instance, I'll kind of break it down a little bit more. Say, for instance, we have a person, he requires at least 2 people on him at all times. For 24 hours. Well, we'll say 16 hours because 8 hours they're at a day program. So for PM shift and night shift, I have to be able to staff 2 people on just that one person for safety in their behavioral needs. And if I have other people in the home, I can't take those other 2 people that are for this one person to have them look after or do everything. They can't cook. They can't like be driving. They can't, you need somebody to be on them, on having eyes on them. Like these people have to be just caring for this one person. So that means you need to have another person staffed. If those people require, if they're independent, then great, they can move around. You can cook. That one person can cook and clean and do other things that needs to be done in an adult family home. But if not, if those people also require, a little bit more assistance with their functions and their ADLs or stuff like that, that can be a little risky. It could be a little tasky for just one person. Can it be done? It can be done. But just also keep in mind of what you're getting into when you're saying, I'm going to get behavioral people. Yeah, you can get these really behavioral people, but you also need the staff to take care of these people. So if you don't have the money to right away to be able to pay somebody 2 to 3 people per shift, you might want to like build on that. You might want to slow down and say, hey, okay, let me get some independent people, stack my money, and then when I'm at a point where, okay, I can take on somebody with a little bit more behaviors, I can get more money for, I can be able to pay staff for, and whatever else may need. So this is something to think about. I'm going to end that here. We're at the 15-minute mark. I hope that helps some people. Again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. Bye.